Hello and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Let's hop right back into things. Where are we, first of all? That's always an important question to ask. We're at a Rail Express. I don't even know if we've ever delivered a Rail Express before. That's probably why we got the achievement. Anyway, what do we got going on in terms of good delivery to make that good cash money? You feel me? These seem a little bit short. That's it. They're all pretty short, except this Barstow to Elko. Get another goddamn, what is it, like a bulldozer or some shit? I can't, it's hard to tell from here. But anyway, let's do that. Seems okay. It seems well enough that we might make some money from it. And really, isn't that why we're here? Isn't that we all are on Earth? What is the point of existence? To make money. You feel me? How do I get out of this place? Over there, I hope? Whoa. 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 Thank God that goes under. It reminds me, I just saw that the back of my truck go under that trailer. It reminds me of some like PS2 game that I rented from like Blockbuster or whatever, because they did that. Anyway, I rented a game and I was like, I wonder what this is about. It was like a fucking motorcycle racing adventure game or some shit. Anyway, but like one of the main things was you slid under the semi trucks, like trailer cargo hitch thing, you know. I was like, wow, this seems silly. Oh. Couldn't tell you anything else about the game, other than I wasn't a huge fan of it. I didn't go back and buy it. I don't know why I ran that red light, but fuck it. But fuck it. Anyway, I never went and bought that game again. I only rented it that one time, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I think I like played the first tutorial mission like 3 different times and just never got past that because I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, well, I guess we better shut it down and come back tomorrow and try again. Never went well. Ooh. There we go. Alright, taking it. Barstow to Elko. Where's this trailer at? Yo, where are my trailers at? I've done that maybe a few too many times. Now, when did jokes get old? Am I right? Now, what's about that airplane food? Am I right? All right. Left turn. No, that was close. That was real close. What do we, is this some sort of? Well, of course it's some sort of machinery. Is it a bulldozer? Looks to be a bulldozer. Yeah. Something simple. Not a bulldozer. It's just like a scoop. It's just like a bulldozer with a scoop. Is that a excavator? No, it's not an excavator. I don't fucking know. I don't know my machinery. What am I? A construction worker? I'm not New York enough for that. Not to say that you have to be a New Yorker. I was just trying to make a joke on a stereotype where you'd be like, hey, I'm from New York. Got that Italian accent. Well, I like pizza and the Yankees or something. I don't know, man. Is anyone in New York a fan of the New York Giants? Do they exist as like a team? What do people in New York root for in terms of sports? Because you got a lot of different options, and the fact that most of them end up like playing in New Jersey anyway doesn't help. I'm sure, but I don't know. There's no home city rep in it. The Patriots are near there too, so it all goes to shit pretty quickly. Does Delaware have a single sports team? Now, does anyone remember the fact that Delaware's a state? No, Delaware might be a ruse that the Canadian government put up or something. I don't know. I've never been to Delaware. I don't actually know what's in Delaware. Honestly, I couldn't name the capital city of Delaware. I couldn't name a city in Delaware. Is Delaware real? Alright. Let's find out that one, because in my book they're probably fictional, just like Canada's fictional. If you die in Canada, you die in real life, though. So that's pretty spooky. Delaware, the state of Delaware.gov. Aha, good one. Yeah, there's Delaware. Yeah, sure, right next to Maryland and New Jersey. Capital is Dover, Delaware. I honestly had no idea. What? Delaware City, Wilmington, Dover, Bethany Beach, Lewes, Dewey Beach, Newark. I think I've heard of Newark. No, I've heard that's a different New York. Newark. Huh. I've never heard of any of these fucking cities, honestly, in Delaware. Poor fucking Delaware. Do they even have a governor? How many electoral votes do they have? They have, what, like 3 or 4 electoral votes? Which is just kind of silly. Because they're tiny as fuck. Poor Delaware. Did Delaware even have any, like, historical significance in terms of American history? I need to turn on some music to get it all pumping and whatnot. There we go. But like this, was like not George W. Bush, was George Washington born in Delaware or some shit? That wouldn't make a lot of sense, would it? I don't know. I don't know anything about American history. I mean, I know what was slightly taught of us. I know the generals just because, you know, the amount of times you learn it throughout school. It's a little silly. What a beautiful sun that is in the back here. Quite lovely. Silhouettes. I love a good silhouette. And get some lens flare up in here. Yeah, get those sun rays. Vitamin D up in this bitch. Couldn't we all use more vitamin D? Because winter's gotta end sometime, right? It was like 50 again today, so fuck it, I don't know anymore. Snowing? No snow anymore, thank goodness. As far as I know. We are going like 78 miles per hour, and you know what? Nothing can stop us, nothing gonna bring us down. If I've learned anything from the Miracles from Heaven film that I just watched today that came out in theaters, this is the first time I've been to a theater for reals in like 3 years, but I went once just as a weird thing. Don't ask about it. Anyway, so that was exciting, and I was like, shit, what movie do we want to see? I don't know, let's go watch some shitty religious movie. It didn't turn out that bad. It was mostly about the struggles of family life with a diseased child. I don't mean to see diseased like that. I meant like sickly doesn't sound good either. A child with a disease. That sound better? Maybe. Not really. I don't know, man. Anyway, it's just the struggles of family life with a sick child, and it's quite a burden. But you know, also you gotta care for each other. You gotta love for each other. But then Jesus will clearly be the one to pull you through in the end, especially when you fall through a tree and then magically get cured of all sickness and have a heavenly experience. That was when it started to maybe take a little bit of a downturn in terms of quality. Not to say that I'm shitting on anyone's beliefs. It could or could not have happened. I'm not gonna try to argue that, but like, it went straight U-turn on this shit. Like, oh man, we're so sad. She now has depression because she's so sick. She just doesn't want to live anymore. That was one of the most tragic scenes. Like, you had to listen to your own daughter say that she doesn't want to live anymore. That's fucking heartbreaking. And it was like, well, I guess we'll climb a tree, fall down. Oh, hey, you're cured? Okay, how about a CG dream sequence about going to heaven? Sound good? No, not particularly. It was a little silly, but it's also based off a true story, so that's also a little interesting. Just okay. I don't. And then there was the stereotypical religious film people that were just like only there to be assholes and prove the point of like whatever religious argument they're making. So it's like, well, you can't bring religion into this school system. A la God's Not Dead 2 coming up here very soon. That'll be exciting. We're here once and for all to to take God out of the classroom. And it's like, okay, now you just seem like kind of an asshole. Now you're saying that anybody can have faith. I was like, okay, Jesus, man. How'd I crash into a car? I don't know. I was like, I don't think that's what they're arguing. God's Not Dead 2 trailer. I think that might be a little bit mean. And then what a great trailer though. If you just want to go up on YouTube, just look it up. I saw it in the theater. It was so fucking bad and so fucking good. Cause you know, there's like, did you really say that people have faith in a classroom? You bitch. It's like, and we're gonna sue you. And it's like, what? what? And then they're like in the court system, and the judge is like, you're out of order, and he smashes his gavel so fucking hard that it snaps. And I was like, this is madness. It's just, everybody calm the fuck down. Seriously. Whoa, what the fuck? I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was gonna keep going straight. This is what we call an interesting predicament. We're stuck on a fence now. What? Excuse me? Excuse me? What do we do here? Well, I suppose we first of all revel in the fact that I was so stupid just to run into a straight arrow. Secondly, the fact that we fucking, like, ricocheted so hard onto a fucking fence on the highway. Wow, that was one of the most spectacular crashes I've ever seen in my life. That was beautiful. And I'm gonna screenshot this real quick. There we oh. Okay, now we're good. We screenshotted it. Good screenshot, everybody. Alright. Hopefully that didn't fuck with the video capture or anything. I am getting tired, I'm sure. Now, what button do we hit to get us out of here? That one. Get me out of here. Seriously? We just got stuck on a fence. We didn't even take that much damage from running straight into an invisible wall. That was crazy. It's a Digger 1000. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Well, we might as well repair while we're here. A little bit of damage never hurt anybody, except the person and the driver and the passenger and the everybody. Oh, this is the bullshit place with the fucking hot garbage sleepy zone, because you can't actually sleep in. How do you expect me to find my way here, GPS? What am I? A man who can read a map? I'm not a cartographer. We've been over this. Let's pull out here now. Whoa. You should wear a condom, I'm just saying. Excuse me. I'm looking forward to God's Not Dead 2. I'm really worried of what the audience will be like of God's Not Dead 2 on opening night. That might be a little weird. The audience for this movie was also interesting. We first got in there because apparently I didn't realize this because I hadn't been to movie theaters in so long, but you used to like show up a couple minutes early, and then like right when the time was to start the movie, they'd start the movie. But this now it seems to be like okay, I guess it wants us to go this way instead of train way, which I'm kind of happy about. But anyway, now it seems to be the whole once you have advertisements up until the starting time, and then at the starting time you have your regular trailers, and it's like, well, what's the point of showing up at like 4:15 when you could show up at like 4:30 and the movie's gonna start then? I mean, the trailers, while cool, maybe it'd be nice to know, show up early if you want to see the trailers or something. Anyway, but like there was like 10 people when we showed up, so that was all fine and dandy. Then like what I assumed to be like some church group showed up, and that was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And then, some more people showed up. The people with like children in there, I was like, what? This doesn't seem like a children's movie. I'm just saying. I didn't quite get that part. Huh. Because, but anyway, who knows if it could be crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I let out a giggle or two out of some of the more ridiculous lines in that film, and God's Not Dead 2 may be a little more over the top than this one, so that's not gonna help. I can't help but laugh sometimes. I can keep a poker face sometimes, most of the time, mostly ghostly. We don't have a rear view mirror. I just realized that wouldn't make any sense because we have a trailer, and that we haven't ever had a rear view mirror in a truck because that'd be weird. Oh no. I don't know why I was thinking that, like I'm driving a fucking regular car. No, we're not. We're driving a fucking truck. We've still got another 500 miles to go. We just got to Vegas, and we still got a ways. Oh, how do we take 2% damage on our trailer? That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Bullshit. You don't love me. Bullshit. What movie was that from? I'm trying to remember because I'm pretty sure I saw it recently. Which makes it sad that I don't remember. We aren't doing very well these last two videos in terms of money, are we? Hopefully we can make a little bit back. There were some funny lines, like there's one child talking to another ill child. It was like, hey, what's your name? Oh, I'm yada yada. I'm yada yada. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Where are you from? I'm from Texas. I've got goats and cats and boots and cats and dogs and cats and boots and cats. And cows and what? Anyway, that was a lot of weird rambling. And then like the dad walks in of the newly met child and was like, hey, did you meet your new roommate? Yeah, she was really nice. She's from Texas. She has dogs and cats and cows and a donkey. And by the way, she told me not to fear death because Jesus is with me. And it was just that blatant and that out of nowhere. It was like, oh yeah, we had such a great conversation and I shouldn't be scared anymore because Jesus loves me. And I was like, is that how you bring that up in conversation? Maybe a little hasty. Slow down, man. Daddy, wake up. Daddy, wake up. Daddy, wake up. It seriously locks your controls, and it's pretty scary. Woo! That was... Oh, come on. Can we not go one fucking rest area without this horse shit? This goddamn tube horse shit. I just want to be able to sleep for once, man. Why do you make it life hard? Because if we don't sleep, we're gonna doze off. Okay. But that's not okay, because we gotta sleep. There's gotta be an easier way to sleep. Why can't I just park here on the left and sleep, you know? But no, you gotta swing around and sleep. Swing around. Swing low. Swing low. Will they let us sleep? I say no. They will not let us sleep. Just my wild guess here. Never mind. They decide to be nice for once, and you know what? I appreciate it. I will return the favor by making love. How much for the women? The women. I want to buy your daughters. That was a weird quote from Blues Brothers. Funny scene though, funny movie overall. Really disappointing sequel in Blues Brothers 2000s. Would not recommend it. This is not how you reverse. I'm doing this all wrong. There we go. Can we go pull forward now? Pull out, pull in, get jiggy with it. Forward. Yeah, let's get back on the highway. At least we got to sleep. You know, we're all good now. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Something about God, most likely. This is, despite not being a religious affiliated show, by God, it probably could be at this point for all these religious movies I keep seeing. I have such a repertoire of movies about God. It's so crazy. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I'd still recommend that movie if you're into that sort of like social dramas of how do families get along. You know, it was heartbreaking at times. It was pretty sad. It explored a lot of some of that child, you know, familial communication, relationships. Hey, whatever. Okay. God's Not Dead 2 is gonna be hilarious, so I'm excited. If they ask me to text to all my contacts God's Not Dead again, that would be just the icing on the cake, man. God is good every day, and every day God is good. What a line that they repeated like all the time from characters I didn't even know. And they're gonna be like, you can't. Okay, look, it's just gonna be funny. It's just gonna be funny. On a non-religious affiliated movie note, this song. On another note, I saw another movie today. Well, I tried to watch two movies today. The first one was hot trash. It was called like Breaking Through or whatever. About a group of people trying to make it big on YouTube as dancers, which I don't even know if dancing's popular on YouTube. Like, honestly, I've never looked into it. I've never found dancing interesting either. But anyway, it was about like a group of dancers who were trying to make it big as YouTube dancing people. But my God, it was like 50 to 60% bad dialogue and like 40 to 50% awful dancing to awful music, and that was in like the first half an hour, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm not trying to shit on that genre of music, but it's not for me. It's not for me. My God. And then they were just dancing to them. Like, are these impressive dance moves? I don't get it. I just don't get dancing. I never found that whole dance craze of like the early 2000s all that interesting either. It was just a bunch of people breakdancing in a goddamn warehouse, well, with romance built into it. It was weird. Like Step Up or whatever. Huh. Just an oddity. And this is after I shut that movie down. We flipped it over. Please don't ticket me. Thank you. Anyway, we flipped it over to a movie called Forever, which of course had been rated by like a whole 250 people or something on IMDb, so we're really getting up there in popularity. I think, to be fair, the Breaking Through film would have been rated by like 98 people or something, so that one wasn't doing much better. But it was about the most confusing shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I wasn't even entirely sure what to feel, because the rest, I was just confused the entire time. I was confused and annoyed with how things were going. It appeared to be, the spoilers here, but it appeared to be about some lady who in the first 10 minutes of the movie, she broke a promise to her, like, boyfriend, marriage, husband, lover. It was honestly impossible to tell. She broke a promise and was like, oh shit, we were supposed to go to some party. I'm like, I told her we weren't going anymore because you're such a jerk, wife. And it was like, okay. It's like, well, I guess I'll storm out and go get some Chinese food. Yeah. And then the lady comes back from getting the Chinese food, and he's dead in the bathtub. He killed himself, or I assume that's what happened. But it was like, what? Okay, weird, whatever. Killing yourself over an argument, like not going to a party, seems a little similar. But then all of a sudden, she's like crying over his dead body, and then it just cuts away. It cuts away to another random party. And I was like, what? Is this the party they were going to? I don't get it. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker like picks up a knife and stabs some dude in the heart, and then just walks away. And I was like, what? And then it cuts to another random scene of like some lady in a car with their baby, and the husband gets in and they drive away, and then they all get into a car accident and everybody's fucking dead. Except for the lady who survived that one. And then it cuts away to this random dude walking down a street. And then this couple comes up behind him. It was like, hey, we were just talking about you from the New Year's party. How's it going, Dave, or whatever his name is? I'm like, hey, I don't remember you. Who are you? Oh, well, I'm Jerry, and this is Shannon. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, okay. And then, where am I? I don't know where I am. And it was like, what? And then it just cuts away again. And it was fucking dumb and very confusing at that point. So then like, apparently there's just like, the main character is a journalist who heard about some commune, which apparently all these characters from the recent flashbacks, I guess is what you call those, are at. I was like, okay, weird. So she like goes to this commune, lies about not remembering who she is, gets accepted by the people there, gets into this really dumb relationship with some random fucking dude that's the biggest piece of shit of human poop stuff. I don't know, it was hard to tell. And then everybody was kind of a rude jerk. She was kind of a wrong way offense. That's funny. It was gonna get me out here. But then it was just like this scene after scene of just like, how are we supposed to feel? People are acting in, they're like they're fucking aliens, and it was very silly. And it was the actor from The Taking of Deborah Logan that played Deborah Logan, who played some random old lady in the commune, and it was like, well, what is going on here? Is she gonna turn into a snake and eat people? And I don't know. I don't get it anymore. And then they were like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna commit suicide because we're a suicide cult now. It's like, well, slow the fuck down. And then they burned themselves alive as a suicide cult, but the main character and love interest ran away together. It was like, and that was the most confusing hour and a half of my life. Would I recommend it? No, I'd save yourself the fucking time. You won't get anything out of it. There's no way to get anything out of it. There was no emotions to feel. There were watching a bunch of fucking ET motherfuckers trying to figure out how to work a fucking blender, man. That was about it. God, it was a mess. Goodness gracious, though. What a butts. What a bunch of butts. You're a butt, I'm a butt, she's a butt, we're all butts. That's, of course, the classic parody that I've just come up with of the classic song from Good Burger, starring Keenan and Kel, stars Keenan and Kel, in their late 90s comedy Nickelodeon film. Anyway, it's a parody of the song I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, which plays multiple times in that movie with multiple variations of musical instruments supporting it. It could just be pure vocals in one area or in one part of the movie to like a good old rock group backup, guitar, drummers, bass, that sort of thing. And then why not, right? You get that? I didn't. What have I talked about? I have no idea. Something about God and suicide cults. Those don't correlate at all, though. Well, you immediately go to yeah, okay. I was gonna say, like, you know what? We're gonna skip over that plot point. So how's everybody's day? It's, Monday again, soon. And by soon, I mean, I guess technically now for me. Anyway, back at it again with the daily work and the weekday and the weekends. No longer here. At least it's almost summer or something. I don't know. Whatever. God, kill me. Unless you live in the southern hemisphere, in which case it's almost winter. And at this point, it's all a mess, isn't it? What was I talking about? I started talking about days of the week, like as some sort of follow-up to the hit series Friday by Rebecca Black, who then came out with the magnum opus Saturday, and said she would never do a Sunday. So, how sad. Why not Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? There's the Fun Day Monday parody by a group of people who did a parody of Friday in support of Sean Plott's, or aka Day 9, or aka Day J's magnum opus every week Fun Day Monday show that ran for a few consecutive years. A lot of fun, but then StarCraft kind of fell out of people's hearts and people's minds, so it just wasn't doing it. Too bad, too sad. So sad. Isn't it all? Isn't it always sad when something you love slips away into the night? Like my dad in the wilderness. What? That doesn't make any sense. My dad is a lovely man. You can come fight me on that one. I was trying to make a poor joke about someone leaving you, like a family member, and oftentimes you hear about single mothers, so it's quite sad, isn't it? Really, we're just getting depressing up in this bitch. You wanna talk about going to prison for diddling kids or something? Now that's just getting creepy. Where is my mind gone? Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Arizona, still not out yet. Looking forward to it. Episode 50 is what I was gonna bring up. That's coming up soon. Are we doing anything special? Can't think of it. I was like, holy shit, this is like the longest series on my channel, which is just disappointing and hilarious all at the same time, but sort of a proud moment anyway. I was like, should we do anything special for like the 50th or 100th episode? And I'm like, wait a second. There's actually nothing special to fucking do. Right? What the hell could I even possibly do that would be special? All we can do is drive. All we can do is pick up cargo, drive to deliver the cargo, and then deliver the cargo. I could fucking park. Is that what you want me to do? You want me to park on the 50th episode? Attempt to park? Like, there's nothing else special. I could drive backwards the entire time, but anything I do will make it less fucking enjoyable. For me and for you. Because it'll just make it longer and more exhausting. There's no way around it. There's nothing interesting that can possibly be done in terms of my mind. I could do a cross-country trip, but honestly, we've been doing those from day one because there's not much cross-country shit going on yet. Ugh. Such a world we live in. Is that a helicopter or are those parachuters? Well, whatever floats your boat, if you want to stay hovering up in that sky, be my guest. I mean, I suppose you don't want to parachute down onto the highway. You might get hit by a car, and, you know, parachuting not the safest of sports of all time. You know, I assume it probably is. In terms of potential danger, it's got to be one of the most dangerous sports of all time. But in terms of accident-like ratio, probably not that high. But, you know, I'd prefer to stick with something that has a very low risk of causing me severe injury, such as death or paralysis, a disability. Either way, anyway, I'd prefer to stay away from that if I have the choice. What's wrong with a good old game of like pick up basketball or some shit, man? What's it gonna do? The fucking I'm gonna slam dunk the shit out of it. The glass backboard's gonna break in some sort of silly basketball movie fashion. The glass is gonna shatter and cut my fucking brain open and leaving me a fucking vegetable to lay in the hospital beds for the rest of my life. I don't know. It might have been a little gruesome. Whatever the hell I just said. Something about being a vegetable. And carrots? Lettuce. Unless you prefer spinach. There's a sick pun. And by sick I mean dope. And by dope I mean cocaine. And by cocaine I mean I love selling blow stitches. What's up with his music? There we go. There's something that actually makes noise. Well, I always do this. We come up to a turn, and if there's somebody like to the left of me trying to merge, and I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I don't want to get in your way, so I'm gonna make the sharpest turn I possibly can. It never works out though. You gotta take a wide turn. There's no other way around it. It's unavoidable. Just like my love for you is unavoidable. I'm coming. Not that kind of coming, you sick bastard. Jesus Christ. Get your mind out of the gutter. Maybe it's my mind that's in the gutter, but you come and prove that. What the fuck are we listening to? There's Gymno PD number 1. .mp3, of course. I tried. I was talking with a friend earlier how there's a song in the early 80s that somehow managed to be in the disco format, but it's by the group D Train, which was like, that's a great euphemism for your penis, right? Of course. And then it reminded me of a poster I saw on r/crappily designed or whatever, crappily design. I don't know what it's called anymore, but it was like of some underground, some public transportation underground, and it was like, if you want to get to blank, you can't take the C train anymore. You have to take the D train. You gotta ride the D train. I was like, that's pretty humorous. You're right, because we're all children here. And then he brought up the excellent point of how a poster in a gay bar that says, "This is where the C train ends. Everyone aboard the D train" would be fucking amazing. Because of the great euphemisms. The C train, the D train. And then everybody can get on my E train, if you feel me, when we all go clubbing later. I never don't want to go clubbing, please, or do ecstasy. That seems like a little awkward to bring up in casual conversation. Ooh, we're coming in hot. Oh, Houston, we've got an interesting situation here. All right. Well, thank you for letting me in. I guess what a lovely guy. Okay, the other trailer I just remembered I saw was for like Ice Age The last one, I assume. Because first of all, Queen Latifah, Ray Romano, whoever else voice acted in that movie, I can't remember, because that movie came out in like 2004. Why are they coming out with another goddamn sequel? In between Ice Age 1 and 2, and then after that, how many fucking movies were exclusively dedicated to that fucking squirrel and the acorn shit? Like all of them? Like 20? Those some fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks sequel shit? Goddamn Alvin and the Chipmunks. What a load of horse hockey. Everybody can come and fight me about that. Yeah. Meh. Yeah. Skeletor. Alright, looks like we're coming up to the destination of thugs or something. Truck thugs. Truck nuts. Nuts and bolts. Okay, let's take a right and just get this over with so we can all just go to bed, am I right? To all the players out there in the audience who ready to take a nap or go to sleep. Raise your roof and burn it to the fucking ground. So what song is that from? Was that a Nelly song? Was that a 50 Cent song? No, Nelly's It's Getting Hot in Here is Nelly's, right? It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting... Whoa, we got it. Not again. Okay, thanks. Anyway, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take all my clothes off. Watch that video. Thanks. Lovely person right there. That kind of guy. You're that kind of guy. Anyway. I watched that video and was like, okay, it appears to be mostly just everybody stripping. Mostly the women, but, they're also wearing a lot of layers of clothes. But then, like, there's, like, the roof is on fire, and the club was actually on fire, and nobody cares. Nobody cares that there's actually a fire. You know, that's a safety hazard, and everybody should evacuate the building in an orderly and, calm fashion without panicking, causing distress. Anyway. That's all. Also, did Nelly, like, make the headband popular? I'm just saying. That's something to think about. That's my final thoughts with you. Did Nelly, like, make the headband cool in the early 2000s? It wasn't just for removing sweat from your brow. Anyway, looks like we made some okay money. 14 grand. Who knows how much we fucking lost. But hey, what kind of money we got? 90K. 90K is pretty good. So far, so good. Let's save this under butt stuff, because butt stuff is what I've been saving it under for like 3 weeks now. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of American Truck Simulator. It was a lot of fun, and I'll see you next time.